The greatest weapon against the future of humanity often stands in the home and says, "This is how we do things here." That is how a free human being breaks. That is how the species weakens.
I only want a home. I want my own people. I want to feel that I belong to someone.
That is exactly where the cage begins. Not with hatred. With warmth that demands obedience.
Do not tell me that family is evil. Without it, I am nobody.
And that is the point. You are not meant to be yourself. You are meant to be a role. The son must be tough. The daughter must be well-behaved. You must not bring shame. You must respect your elders. You must not step out of line. It sounds like order. It is conditioning.
I do not look at sentiment. I look at the consequence. A family that passes on fear does not protect life. It produces another link in the cage.
But tradition gives meaning. It gives roots. It gives community.
Not all of it. Part of tradition is only old pain that has learned to speak in a calm voice. In this journey, the table breathes. The portraits stare. Every generation puts the same command into your mouth. Be what you are supposed to be. Not what truth is.
I am only trying not to lose my family.
And I can see that for years you have been losing yourself. The home makes the first imprint. School smooths it out. Advertising monetizes it. The media press ready-made buttons. First, they teach you what to be ashamed of. Then, they show you an image that is supposed to heal that shame. And then you run.
This is not the upbringing of a free human being. This is the breeding of reactions.
And that is when you receive something more than a label. You receive armor. You receive your name. Not the word itself. The entire filter. The whole little self that fears judgment, craves recognition, and mistakes love for obedience.
I want to be loved. I want to matter. I want to be someone.
And that is why you are so easy to move. All it takes is touching your image. Your pride. Your shame. Your role as the good son, the good daughter, the decent human being.
That is how the future collapses. Not only through wars. Through people who protect their own image more than future life.
A human raised to defend his armor does not build a lasting bond. He negotiates. He compares. He fears loss. He fears sacrifice. He fears a child, because a child shatters the cult of his own little self.
And then everyone asks why the species is weakening. Here is the answer. An adult human being worships personality more than life.
I did not want to hurt anyone. I only wanted to be happy.
Your happiness was a project of the armor. Not truth. Not freedom. Only another version of escape. The truth is filthy. Many families do not pass on love. They pass on a mechanism. Shame. Control. Blackmail. Loyalty to a lie.
I will name it directly. Traditional family is very often one of the greatest breaks on the evolution of the species. Because it forces the repetition of what is known, even when it destroys the human being.
So what am I supposed to do? Reject everything?
Not everything. Only the chains. When you stop being ruled by name, the old wound stops being you. It becomes an event. Criticism stops being a knife. Someone else's face stops controlling you. You no longer have to defend the mask all day long. At last, you see.
Then you can love without trade. Build without the game. Raise a child without pushing your own fear into them. Children are what matters most. Not obedient for the system. Not loyal to the ancestral cage. Strong. Aware. Understanding themselves and the world as it is.
You will not win this alone. The whole mechanism plays against your name. Family. School. Advertising. The media. Everything knows where to press.
That is why the end of illusion is not enough. A decision is needed.
Either you will pass the cage on, or you will break the chain.
RAZEM is not comfort. RAZEM is the choice of a side. Against the chains. Against the breeding of masks. For the human being who no longer lies to his own children.
We're all equal before the machine.
Divided, we lose.
RAZEM.